I'm not posting this. I say that every time. Every time I record a video, I listen back to it and just everything about it seems to make me cringe. Sometimes I think there's not enough emotion in my voice, or that my voice feels too monotone. Other times it's that the mixing between the volume in the gameplay and my speaking doesn't match. Sometimes it's the thumbnail, or sometimes it's the title. All of these things are the things that I find myself really focusing on, really obsessing about, and right now I'm still finding it within myself to upload these videos, but it does feel like it gets harder each time. And it's kind of what this channel is about, to follow off that momentum, to keep uploading, and almost to go against that inner voice that tells you not to. But it's hard in the whole day to not have moments where you find yourself thinking about it a lot and you find yourself caring. And it's not just with YouTube that I think this is relevant to. At least for me, it's everything in my life. In work, I feel like often I have to act like someone that I'm not. And the reason I find myself doing that is because I care too much about what other people think there, how they'll perceive me. So sometimes you might feel pressured to take on things like overtime so that they think you're a good employee, or to work even if you're sick because you fear how others, what others will think about you. And those sort of things, they tend to wear you down. But it's hard not to go against that mindset. And I think, especially from when we're younger, from school days and that sort of thing, we're conditioned to just act in a certain way so that we don't, upset people or go against the rules. And that almost becomes preconditioned into us, this sense of caring about what everyone else thinks. I think for a lot of us, that just tends to weigh on our mind in life with everything. And I'm not saying I have a specific solution to that. It's just something I wanted to get off my chest. I mean, even with this video, I'm trying to practice caring less. So for instance, in most of my previous videos, I don't use scripts, but I do use bullet points, talking points, just to keep track of what I want to say. But I feel like even that somewhat takes my attention away from my words. So with this video, I've had no script really whatsoever. No script, no bullet points, just off the top of the dome. And, in doing that, I'm trying to care less, to focus more on not on my words, but about the point I want to portray. So, perhaps my speech won't be as clear, but I'm not planning to do a second take on this one. Planning just to practice not caring as much and upload it however it is, and really want to try and not focus on the results of that upload. Maybe even not check YouTube after the entire day it's been uploaded, just because I feel like when you focus on outcomes, you tend to not be able to put as much effort into the work you're actually producing, because it's again the idea of thinking about others' perception of you, others' perception of what you're creating, rather than your personal connection, the way you feel about what you're making or what you're doing. So I think really what this video is meant to be is it's almost like a practice for myself, just to work on not caring as much about what other people think. And it's funny because it feels strange to say that while I'm talking by myself into a mic. I mean, there's no one else here. The people that watch my video, I can interact with them with things like comments, but there's no negative repercussions, no matter how bad the video is or performs, and yet there still is that sense of pressure. So I think for me, this is almost just a practice on alleviating that. And I will say, I feel like this channel has been having a positive impact on me caring less and just focusing on getting out, at least in relation to this channel, the content, and just, learning new skills as I go. And yeah, not really sure how to finish off that point, but just working towards caring less, producing more, and not necessarily just producing more quantity, but improving the quality and staying consistent. So if any of you feel like you resonate with any of this, or even if you have any advice on just caring less about these things, I'd really appreciate to see that in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you smash that like button and you subscribed if you had a good time. Thanks for watching.